Hey there folks, Jumpask here bringing another audio commentary, and today I have another human mirror between Majic and Communism on Secret Valley. I know I've done a couple human mirrors on Secret Valley recently, but the way I've been choosing games is basically which game has had the highest rating, and it's been consistently these games, and they have been consistently good. I think you have to give me that, and so I'm going to go with this. I'm sure some of you are sick of this by now, but certainly I'd rather do a high action game of matchup we've seen before than sort of a low action, uninteresting game. And Communism actually going for Blood Mage first. Oh my god, sorry, I didn't notice that. I think I clicked on that before, but didn't realize it. Blood Mage first is a really odd choice. I think Magic's going to have to change up his build a bit. Generally in Human Mirror, obviously, especially on this map, it becomes Breaker Wars. But I think what we'll probably see is, or what we probably should see at least, I'm not sure if he'll follow through, will be to go for something like Tier 3 Air or Knights. Basically Tier 3 would be quite nice. Obviously Blood Mage is actually going to be very good against standard play, and meanwhile an Archmage just for Magic, nothing too interesting. And we are now seeing the culmination of this creeping here. Communism doing some pretty nice early creeping, and Magic coming in for the to try and steal the creep, but he doesn't quite manage it. And meanwhile Majic just doing very standard stuff as well, getting a Circle of Nobility and a Claws of Attack for Blood Mage, both pretty good items for these heroes. And second Barracks coming up for Communism now, which actually explains his really odd base build, because he's going to be going for a lot of early pressure. This is something that's actually quite fun to do, because especially on Secret Valley, I know when I used to play more, I used to go for, when I was playing against an undead who would go for fast fiends, what I would do is I would go for a quick expansion, and then 4 barracks with defended footmen, and then just push at tier 1, and it was so strong, because the fiends are pretty much useless, and basically all they can attack is your hero, which you just need to micro. There's healing fountains around, and it's just such a fun strategy, and the undead really rarely sees it coming, and really struggles to counter it. And Magic doing some creeping now, picking up a bit of a couple of Communism spots. And Communism actually getting one of his footmen trapped behind his other footman, and so that one will go down. And it looks like Communism has another footman on the run here, so really not making the most of his early game, and I think because he's going for these dual racks, which has now definitely been scouted now, it could mean that he's in a bit of trouble, because he needs to put on this early pressure, which it looks like he's going to struggle to do. And a very nice surround there on that Archmage. Magic knows that he has to get out of there, and he's going to try and save this footman. Footman gets one last kill, but that footman does get out as well, so very nicely played there by Magic, not wasting any time, not getting any more kills, because he wants to save his footman. He needs to have that defense up. He doesn't want to waste any more money than he needs to on building footmen, because he wants to get a fast tier 2. He'll probably want some early Sorks. Second hero, Mount King would be the obvious choice, but I think in some sense it might actually be too obvious, because it could just be Mana Siphon. Ooh, this footman might get surrounded. No, it doesn't. Surrounding a footman with a footman is very hard. Personally, I think I might try something like the Naga. Naga would be pretty fun, just because Siphon Mana works so much less well on a hero that has an autocast spell like that. And we'll have to see what Magic goes for. Obviously Magic a better player than me, even if not a complete sort of legitimate pro. He's certainly a player that I know, and so he's certainly a lot better than me probably as a player. And so one Arcane Bolt is going to be taken down. You saw the power there of just level 1 Flame Strike, just how much damage it did to a bunch of militia. And you can imagine if he gets that up a couple higher levels, then it'll become a really scary skill, especially against sort of human, where I think he'll want to get breakers, but I think he should probably opt for a couple of Sorks first, just because they do extra damage to footmen, and without any dispel, it can be really powerful for getting surrounds and stuff like that. Meanwhile, looks like a surround here coming off on this Blood Mage. Very nicely played there. He's going to be using a Flame Strike to take down these footmen, and trying to fight his way out. This one footman is going to be microed away, but is going to be killed by one last shot, and it looks like Magic is going to, or Communism is going to have to TP out, and Magic is just going to get that footman just survives. So nice play there by him, and managing to save at least one. And Communism looks like he actually has research defend for one thing, and looks like he knows this footman's going to go down. Was going to try and sacrifice it to creeps, but he might still get it. Oh, he does. Very nicely played there by him. He looks like he was buying a bit of time, just waiting for his to ensure that the creeps would get the last hit, and indeed they did. So he denied Magic that bit of experience, and obviously if Magic gets level 3, then those level 2 water elementals would be very nice against the Blood Mage, but not really against those footmen. I don't think he'll have tech. No, still no tech here from Communism. Lots of footmen still being pumped out, and we might see a very light tech. We might see an expansion. We might see a tower push. That'd be really nice. Tower pushing human is so hard because they can just call militia, but it is fun to do. And a Mountain King is actually coming out second here for Magic. As I said, it's a bit of a very sort of standard choice if you're playing standard human mirror, but this is definitely not standard human mirror. Bloodblade selling his items to buy a boots of speed and a staff of teleportation, and it looks like militia are being called now. Looks like we will see creeping out of expansion. Maybe then a very late tech, that might be a nice option. And a staff is now being used to bring in this Blood Mage. And Blood Mage picking up Pendant of Energy. That Blood Mage is going to have so much mana. But Magic actually getting a bit caught up here. He might have actually denied his own unit with the Flame Trick there. That would have been a very nice choice. And Blood Mage hitting level 3 now, and taking a lot of damage. Really needs to get out of here, and that's going to be very nice here for Magic. Magic could be able to do a lot of damage to these peasants with the water elementals. He has used Defend now, and that Mountain King, oh my god, I'm so sorry, that Mountain King just went down. I didn't even notice it. I didn't even think to look at what was happening there. Very sorry about that, but Mountain King did die. And Flame Strike being used again, just trying to scare away Magic, but Magic is managing to do a bit of damage, but will need to pull out. Our Archmage is getting out of there. The Blood Mage, what's happened to him? Blood Mage is healing up here, and will eventually be coming back into the fray, but not before he's taken a fair few casualties. And it looks like Communism will be able to take out, very nice breaker surround there, managing to take out one breaker, and it looks, actually no, he's pulling away his peasants because he knows he can't hold it, but he's going to lose that peasant anyways. He may as well have done a bit more damage, and it looks like he's going for the Archmage surround, but he just doesn't have the positioning. No boots on that Archmage though, going to cause a lot of trouble if the Blood Mage starts getting some hits there on the on that Archmage, and looks like these breaker are actually taking a lot of damage, but those footmen do ignore him, and that Archmage is constantly being forced back because of the threat of a surround. And another surround coming off here, but just missing it for that breaker. But it looks like that breaker is in a lot of trouble unless he goes up, but he didn't manage to go up, and instead he does get surrounded there, and that's another bit of nice experience there for that Blood Mage, who is getting quite close to 4, and level 3 Flame Strike will be very nice when he gets there. And oh my god, this Archmage looks like he could go down to 23 hit points, but that Mountain King comes back in, level 4 on that Blood Mage, but the Mountain King does get the bolt off, and so that Archmage is going to get away by the looks of things, because some priests are there as well. He's definitely going to get away, live to fight another day, and that Blood Mage is just going to chase him down fruitlessly. So some pretty nice play here by both sides. Communism setting up some towers. We're going to see a very late expansion from him, I guess. And looks like one low breaker here was microed away and wasn't really paid attention to afterwards, and so that's going to be one free kill there for Communism, and Communism's going to move back out, and we'll have to see what he does. But another surround there going off on that Mountain King. The footmen do get that kill, and wow, that Mountain King's just been dying all over the place. And another Siphon mana being used, but that Archmage doesn't have enough mana for a water elemental, so I think Communism decided just to get out of there quite quick, and looks like he's going for a surround here on these breakers. That'd be very nice if he could get them. So many surrounds here in this game. Really nicely played here by Communism. He's going to get one more breaker kill, possibly another one as well. We are seeing a bit of a hero battle up here, but neither hero in too much peril at this point. And it looks like that Archmage does have about 100 mana, so getting a Mana Siphon off would be worth it. Mana Siphon pays for itself so quickly, and it's just so annoying as well to try and fight. And meanwhile, Magic will lose this one water elemental unless it times out, but I don't think it will. And that's going to be another nice bit of experience, getting very close to level 3 Flame Strike, and that Mountain King's back out, only level 1, so it goes down pretty quickly when surrounded, and it looks like he's had some very nice luck with surrounds, and going for the surround on the Archmage now. He looks like he might well get it. The bolt goes off to try and kill one of the footmen, but don't think that's going to work, and that the Archmage does go down, and the Mountain King there now looks like he was a bit distracted, and hoping that actually, I think he let himself be surrounded there because he knows he can fight his way out. He does have a bunch of spellcasters now, bringing in some militia as well, hitting level 2, and gets away with really little trouble. At first I thought he was being really careless there, but I think he's actually being quite smart, just because he knew he was going to win that battle, and so he sort of tricked Communism into sticking into it for too long. And Mountain King did be doing some chasing down of the units now. That dead Archmage is actually not going to be too much of a big deal, because it's going to mean that Mountain King can level up alone, and meanwhile this expansion is now being power built, and this is going to be really nice for Communism. If he starts his tech now, he actually doesn't have the gold for it, but if he starts it soon, actually almost no one on lumber at this point. He should really, maybe he's not going to go for any sort of tech, but against sort of Sorks and stuff like that, that's pretty risky. And Mountain King now going to do some solo creeping, sorry, without the Archmage at least. Obviously he'll have his army with him, and Archmage barely halfway back now, and so we're going to be seeing at least level 3 on this Mountain King, and the level 2 bolts actually going to be pretty nice. I mean, I know I said that it wasn't, sort of Mountain King probably wasn't the best hero choice, but still it's alright, and that Blood Mage is going to hit 5 based off this creeping, and that's going to be very nice. I'm not sure, maybe he's pulled this Drake away intentionally just so it doesn't do damage to his footman. I'm not sure what his motivation there was, just to bring it in and then bring it straight back out, considering he probably should be healing up his Blood Mage right now. But Communism going to finish off these creeps, going to heal up these couple footmen, and it looks like he's finally bringing back his Blood Mage to pick up the items, and we are now seeing what level 3 on that Mountain King, and probably going to be pretty close to 4, actually picking up a potion of invulnerability. That's going to be pretty nice against that Mana Siphon and Scroll of the Beast. That's not going to be very useful at all. And Blood Mage just running in there for half a second, 630 mana already. Jesus Christ! And considering he also has Mana Siphon and all that fun stuff, he's just going to constantly